Hello and welcome to this special video about how to transform your life. Today we are going to explore a wonderful book called Atomic Habits. This famous book was written by a smart author named James Clear. It has helped millions of people around the world improve their daily routines. Many people want to change their lives, but they do not know where to start. They try to make huge changes overnight, but they often fail after a few days. This story will show you a completely different way to achieve your big goals. Let us begin by looking at the title of the book, because it has a powerful meaning. The word atomic means something that is incredibly small, like a tiny atom. An atom is so small that you cannot see it with your naked eyes. However, when many tiny atoms come together, they create everything in the universe. The word habit means a behavior or a routine that you repeat every single day. Most of the time, you do your daily habits automatically without thinking about them. Therefore, an atomic habit is a tiny change or a small decision that you make every day. These small changes seem very minor and unimportant when you look at them today, but over a long period of time, they build up and create massive results in your life. James Clear explains that your life today is a direct result of your past habits. Your current physical fitness is a result of your eating and exercising habits. Your current financial status is a result of your spending and saving habits. Your current deep knowledge is a result of your daily reading and learning habits. If you want to predict where you will end up in life, you only need to look at your daily habits. Let us look at a very famous mathematical example from the book to understand this clearly. Imagine that you decide to improve yourself by just 1% every single day. 1% is a very small amount, and it does not require a lot of hard effort. If you get 1% better every day for 365 days, you will achieve a great result. By the end of one full year, you will be 37 times better than you were at the beginning. This is the amazing power of small improvements compounding over a long time. Now let us look at the opposite situation to see what happens if you make bad choices. Imagine that you get 1% worse every single day for one full year. You eat a small piece of junk food, or you waste 1 hour watching television every day. By the end of the year, your good habits will decline almost down to zero. A small good choice or a small bad choice does not seem to matter right now in the present moment. If you eat a delicious burger today, you will not gain weight tomorrow morning. If you study a new language for 20 minutes today, you will not speak it fluently tomorrow. Because the results are not immediate, we often slide back into our old bad habits easily. We expect progress to be a straight line that goes up steadily every day. But true progress works very differently and requires a lot of daily patience. James Clear calls this phenomenon the plateau of latent potential. Let us look at a clear, visual example using a simple ice cube to understand this plateau. Imagine an ice cube sitting quietly on a wooden table in a very cold room. The current temperature of the cold room is 26 degrees Fahrenheit. You can see your breath in the air, and the ice cube remains completely solid. Slowly, the temperature of the room begins to rise by 1 degree. It goes up to 27 degrees, then 28 degrees, then 29 degrees. The ice cube is still sitting on the wooden table, and nothing seems to happen. Then the temperature goes up to 30 degrees and 31 degrees. Still, there is no visible change, and the ice cube does not melt at all. A person might think that increasing the temperature is a complete waste of energy. Then the temperature reaches 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the melting point of ice. Suddenly, the ice cube begins to melt, and water drips onto the wooden table. A 1 degree shift did not seem to matter before, but it unlocked a huge physical change. Your daily habits work in the exact same way as the temperature in that cold room. All your hard work is not being wasted because it is actually being stored for later. When you finally break through the plateau, people will call it an overnight success. But you know that was the result of all the small steps you took when nothing was happening. To build these powerful atomic habits, you must change your daily focus. Most people focus entirely on their specific goals when they want to change. They say, "My goal is to lose 20 pounds," or "My goal is to write a book." James Clear says that focusing only on goals is a major financial and personal mistake. He explains that winners and losers in life have the exact same goals. Every athlete in the Olympic Games has the goal to win the gold medal. Every person who applies for a job has the goal to get hired by the manager. Therefore, the goal itself cannot be the thing that separates the winners from the losers. The real difference lies in the design of their daily systems. A goal is the specific result you want to achieve in the future. A system is the continuous process that you follow every single day to get there. If you are a basketball coach, your goal might be to win the championship trophy. Your system is the way you recruit players, manage practice, and train them daily. If you completely ignore your goal and focus only on your system, you will still get great results. Achieving a goal only changes your life for a single brief moment. If you clean your messy bedroom today, you will have a clean room for a few hours. But if you do not change your sloppy system, you will have a messy room again next week. You do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. To build a great system, you must look at the deepest layer of behavior change. There are 3 main layers of change, which are outcomes, processes, and identity. Imagine 3 concentric circles where outcomes are the outer layer and identity is the core. Outcomes are about what you get, such as a prize, a high salary, or a fit body. Processes are about what you do, such as your gym routine or your study schedule. Identity is about what you believe, such as your worldview and your self-image. Most people start from the outside layer when they want to build a new habit. They say, "I want to be thin, so I am going to go on a strict diet today." This is an outcome-based habit, and it usually does not last very long. The best way to build a lasting habit is to focus on an identity-based approach. You must focus on the type of person you wish to become in your heart. Let us look at a clear example with two people who are trying to quit smoking. When someone offers the first person a cigarette, they say, "No, thank you, I am trying to quit." This statement sounds reasonable, but they still believe they are a smoker who is trying to change. When someone offers the second person a cigarette, they say, "No, thank you, I am not a smoker." This is a small shift in words, but it shows a complete change in identity. They no longer view themselves as a smoker, so their behavior follows their new belief automatically. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you want to become. When you read a single page of a book, you are a reader. When you practice the guitar for 5 minutes, you are a musician. When you go to the gym on a rainy day, you are an athlete. You do not need to be perfect, because you only need to win the majority of the votes. Now let us discover how the brain creates a habit in the first place. Every habit goes through a continuous 4-step loop, which includes cue, craving, response, and reward. The cue is a small signal that triggers your brain to notice an opportunity. The craving is the emotional motivation or the desire to change your current state. The response is the actual action or habit that you perform in real life. The reward is the final goal of the habit, which makes you feel satisfied and happy. Let us look at a common daily example to see this loop in action. Your phone makes a loud, buzzing sound on your desk, which is the cue. You want to know who sent you a message, and you feel curious, which is the craving. You pick up your smartphone and open the message app, which is the response. You read the funny message from your friend and feel happy, which is the reward. This loop happens so fast that your mind does not even realize it. If any of these 4 steps is missing, a habit will never form. James Clear created the 4 laws of behavior change based on this loop. These laws show us how to build good habits and how to break bad ones easily. The first law of behavior change is related to the cue, and it says make it obvious. Most of our daily cues are completely hidden and invisible to us. If you want to build a new habit, you must make the cue very clear and easy to see. There are 2 great strategies to make your cues obvious in daily life. The first strategy is called an implementation intention, which is a clear plan. Many people say, "I am going to eat healthier food next week." This plan is too vague and your brain does not know exactly what to do. Instead, you must use a specific formula, which is I will behavior at time in location. For example, you can say, "I will practice Spanish for 10 minutes at 6 in my kitchen." This clear statement gives your brain a specific time and place to act. The second powerful strategy is called habit stacking, which connects habits together. You take an old habit that you already do every day and stack a new habit on top of it. The simple formula for this strategy is after current habit, I Will New Habit. Let us look at a young man named John who wants to read more books every week. John currently has a strong habit of drinking a warm cup of coffee every morning at 7 o'clock. John decides to use the strategy of habit stacking to help him read. He creates a simple plan. After I pour my morning cup of coffee, I will read one page of my book. This plan is very easy for his brain to understand because the cue is already a strong daily routine. On the first day, John pours his hot coffee and immediately opens his book to read one page. He enjoys the warm coffee and feels happy that he successfully read a page. On the second day, he repeats the exact same action after pouring his coffee. Within a few weeks, this small action becomes an automatic part of his morning routine. Another excellent way to make your cues obvious is environment design. Our behavior is heavily influenced by the items we see around us every day. If you want to practice the guitar more often, do not hide it in a dark closet. Put the guitar right in the middle of your living room, so you see it constantly. If you want to drink more water, put water bottles in every room of your house. Make the good cues highly visible, and your brain will choose them naturally. Now let us look at the second law of behavior change, which is make it attractive. The more attractive a habit is, the more likely you are to repeat it over time. Our brains release a chemical called dopamine when we expect a nice reward. Dopamine is the chemical that creates anticipation and desire in our minds. To make a new habit attractive, you can use a strategy called temptation bundling. This means you connect an action you need to do with an action you want to do. Imagine a university student named Sarah who needs to study biology every evening. But Sarah loves watching her favorite reality television show on Netflix. She decides to bundle these two activities together using a strict rule. She says, I am only allowed to watch my favorite show while I am riding the gym bicycle. Riding the gym bicycle is something she needs to do for her health. Watching the Netflix show is something she wants to do for her entertainment. By combining them together, she makes the exercise habit much more attractive. She actually looks forward to going to the gym because she wants to see the show. Another way to make a habit attractive is to join a supportive culture. We naturally want to fit in and belong to a social group of friends. We copy the habits of three main groups, which are the close, the many, and the powerful. If you want to read more books, join a local book club where everyone loves reading. When you see your friends reading books every week, it becomes the normal thing to do. You will adopt their good habits because you want to be part of the group. Now let us move to the third law of behavior change, which is make it easy. Human nature always prefers the path of least resistance and lowest effort. Our brains are wired to conserve energy whenever it is possible. If a habit requires too much physical or mental effort, we will avoid doing it. Many people think they need a lot of willpower and motivation to succeed. But James Clear says that reducing friction is much more effective than willpower. Friction is the amount of effort or the number of steps required to do a task. If you want to go to the gym, but it takes 30 minutes to drive there, that is high friction. If you have a small gym inside your office building, that is very low friction. To make a new habit easy, you must use the 2-minute rule. This rule states that when you start a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. Many people make the mistake of starting too big because they are highly motivated. They say, "I am going to run for 1 hour every single day." This expectation creates a lot of mental friction, and they give up when they feel tired. Instead, you should scale down the habit so it fits into a 2-minute window. Instead of running for 1 hour, your new habit is simply to put on your running shoes. Instead of studying biology for 3 hours, your new habit is to open your notebook. Instead of reading a whole chapter, your new habit is to read one single line. A habit must be established before it can be improved or optimized. You need to master the simple art of showing up before you worry about the details. Once you put on your running shoes, you will probably step outside for a short walk. Once you open your notebook, you will probably write down a few clean notes. The hardest part of any new routine is simply starting the very first action. You can also prime your environment to make future actions incredibly easy. If you want to make a healthy breakfast tomorrow, prepare the pans and bowls tonight. If you want to draw a picture, put your pencils and paper on the desk in advance. Reduce the number of steps between you and the good behavior as much as possible. Now let us look at the 4th law of behavior change, which is make it satisfying. The first 3 laws increase the chances that you will perform a behavior this time. The 4th law increases the chances that you will repeat the behavior next time. Our human brains evolved in an immediate return environment in the ancient past. Our ancestors needed to focus on immediate rewards like finding food or shelter today. They did not care about long-term goals like saving money for 20 years. Therefore, we naturally repeat actions that give us immediate pleasure. Unfortunately, bad habits usually have an immediate reward but a delayed punishment. Smoking a cigarette feels relaxing right now, but it harms your health in 10 years. Eating a sweet donut tastes delicious right now, but it causes weight gain later. Good habits are the exact opposite because they have an immediate cost but a delayed reward. Going to the gym feels difficult and painful right now, but it makes you healthy later. To stick to a good habit, you must add a small immediate reward to it. Let us look at a couple named Mark and Mary who wanted to stop eating at restaurants. They wanted to cook healthy meals at home to save money and improve fitness. To make this habit satisfying, they created a special savings account called Trip to Europe. Every time they skipped eating at an expensive restaurant, they transferred $50 into this account. Seeing the money grow in the account gave them an immediate feeling of satisfaction. They could see their future vacation becoming a reality every time they cooked at home. This immediate visual reward kept them motivated to continue their healthy cooking routine. Another fantastic tool to make your habits satisfying is a habit tracker. A habit tracker is a simple way to measure whether you did a behavior or not. You can use a paper calendar and mark a big red X on each successful day. Crossing off the day creates a visual representation of your consistency. Your main goal becomes very simple, which is to keep the chain going without breaking it. However, we are human beings, and we will occasionally make mistakes in life. You might get sick or have a busy day at work and miss your daily habit. James Clear says that you must follow a strict rule, which is never miss twice. Missing one day is a simple accident that happens to everyone from time to time. But missing 2 days in a row is the start of a brand new bad habit. If you miss one day, make sure you do everything possible to get back on track the next day. Now let us look at the opposite side of the coin, which is how to break a bad habit. To eliminate a bad habit, you simply invert the 4 laws of behavior change. The inversion of the first law is to make it invisible, so you do not see it. If you spend too much time on social media, put your phone in another room while working. If you waste too much time watching television, put the remote control inside a drawer. If you want to stop eating unhealthy snacks, hide them deep inside the kitchen cabinet. Out of sight, out of mind is a very true statement when it comes to human psychology. The inversion of the second law is to make it unattractive to your mind. You must highlight the benefits of avoiding your bad habit to change your mindset. Write down a list of the negative results that come from your bad behavior. Tell yourself that checking your phone constantly destroys your focus and your future income. The inversion of the third law is to make it difficult by increasing friction. Increase the number of steps between yourself and the bad behavior. If you want to stop playing video games, unplug the console after every single session. Put the video game console inside its original box and place it high up in the closet. The extra effort required to set it up will stop you from playing automatically. You can also use a commitment device to lock in your good behavior ahead of time. Ask a friend to change your social media passwords until the weekend comes. The inversion of the fourth law is to make it unsatisfying to your brain. We want to avoid pain and discomfort just as much as we want to find pleasure. You can create a habit contract with an accountability partner to create an immediate cost. An accountability partner is someone who watches your behavior and checks your progress. Imagine a man named David who wants to wake up early at 5 o'clock every morning. He creates a strict habit contract with his wife and his close co-worker. He says, if I wake up late, I must pay my co-worker $20 immediately. He also must do the household chores for the entire week as a punishment. Because he hates losing money and feeling embarrassed, he wakes up early every single day. The immediate cost of failing is too high, so his brain avoids the bad habit completely. Let us remember that small changes do not add up. They actually multiply over time. In the beginning, there is almost no visible difference between a good choice and a bad choice. Two friends might live next door to each other and have similar lives today. The first friend spends 20 minutes a day reading a useful business book. The second friend spends 20 minutes a day scrolling through social media videos. After 1 month, they still look exactly the same to their neighbors. After 1 year, they still have the same jobs and the same salaries. But after 5 years, a massive gap will suddenly appear between the two friends. The first friend has gained a lot of knowledge, received a promotion, and started a business. The second friend is still stuck in the same position and feels tired all the time. Their life paths diverge completely because of a simple 20-minute daily choice. Do not worry if your progress feels very slow right now in the beginning. The most important thing is that you are moving in the right direction every day. Be far more concerned with your current trajectory than with your current results. If you are a millionaire but you spend more than you earn, your trajectory is bad. If you are broke but you save $10 every month, your trajectory is good. Your habits are the regular interest of self-improvement over your lifetime. As you continue your journey, remember that true success is not a fixed destination. It is a continuous process of learning, growing, and refining your daily systems. You do not need to change everything about yourself in a single afternoon. Just focus on winning the very next decision that comes your way today. Make your good cues obvious, attractive, easy, and highly satisfying every single week. Make your bad cues invisible, unattractive, difficult, and completely unsatisfying. Trust your daily system, protect your streak, and always remember the rule of never missing twice. Your tiny atomic habits will slowly build a beautiful and successful future for you. Thank you for listening to this story, and may you find true freedom through your daily choices.